Hi guys, and welcome back to my travel corner. And today it's a rather unique battle of the buses. So you've joined me in Southsea, mainly South Parade Pier, and it is just a battle of the three. So the X3 bus had fairly recently launched, and I've already been on it, and I've enjoyed what I've seen. So I thought to myself, how about I do a battle of the three. So I've got three coming in 6 minutes, and that would obviously take me to Fareham, where they all do. And then I thought, let's see what the X3 does beyond the hard, and I get to see that as well, which I'm very excited. So I get to do end to end on that. And again, I'm very excited to see how it all comes about. And we've got the map here as well. Although this hasn't been updated to show the X3. So I look at where. So I'm there at the moment, South Parade Pier. Get to see me do something a bit extra in this video as well. But join me back in a bit, because my bus is due in about 5 minutes, and I will be at the back of the three as we make our way to Fareham for the first time. See you in a bit, guys. And welcome back, guys. You've just joined me at the back of the three. We're going to be making our way into Fareham for the first time. I've just noticed actually that used to be a hotel, and they're now turning it into flats. It's probably a better idea than just to knock the whole building down. And I've also noticed, if you look to the right, if you look to the left hand side of me, that there's construction work on the pier, which is looking good, I have to say. Looking forward to seeing what becomes of that. I think they're just modernising, as it were, and again, I'd be excited to see how that all comes about.
The next stop is the Strand.
And then we've got the text-to-speech of Amy throughout the whole journey as we make our way into Fareham. And believe me, it's a rather interesting journey I find myself on, and I've barely even started. So chances are I'm going to do something a bit extra in Fareham, because there's only 2 buses in this video, and we'll have a look at that all as we make our way around and see if I can try and make sense of what I'm trying to say. But join me back in a bit, and I will see you a bit further on in the journey as we then keep you updated as to what's going on. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys, and you just joined me at the back of the three. We're just making our way out of Paul's Grove. So thank you, Amy, for completing my sentence for me. Not that I was thinking that, but there we are. We are just coming up to Pendennis Road, as the announcer just said, text-to-speech Amy, and I've just seen the station code for Crossnager in Holyhead, near Holyhead and Anglesey. But with that, we are
the next stop is Shrewsbury Road.
A couple of stops away from the boundary stop of Portsmouth, and I'm wondering at this point if Amy's going to say that it is. We shall find out. We should definitely find out. So we're coming up to Roland Road. That's the Portsmouth ticket zone boundary stop. It would have been.
The next stop is.
We'll find out.
are now approaching
There you go.
Roland Road. This is the last stop in the Portsmouth Fair Zone.
Yeah, she did say it.
I'm going to see my friends home.
And
I'll sleep when
there we go.
I'm having in November.
Join me back in a bit, and I will see you in Fareham.
The next stop is
See you in a bit, guys.
Matthew Avenue.
Welcome back, and you've just joined me now in Fareham, and we just got off the 3, and I actually quite enjoyed that journey as well. And it was just interesting to know how that came about. The one thing that I am going to do is when I do the battle between the X4 and the X5, because they both go in exactly the same way leading up to here, they then branch off after that. I'm thinking, do I start from here or do I carry on from Portsmouth? But then if I start from Portsmouth, I can then include the 3 and the X3 as well. I'll just have to have a think about that one later on down the line. I'm going to do a little something while I'm here, because the next X3 is due in about 15 minutes, because they're every half an hour, and I'll go on that, and then we'll have a look around, do something extra in Southsea as well, which I'm going to capture on camera. But join me back in a bit, and I'll get the X3 into Southsea, and I'll see you soon. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, and you've just joined me back outside Fareham bus station, and I must have just missed a bus because there's one now and there's another one in 20 minutes. Now, I've done a couple of bits in Fareham while I've been here, and well, first thing I did was have a couple of drinks of water, and then I had a look around the shopping centre as well. I do love it here in Fareham, of course, because well, one of my sisters lives here as well. Makes it even more amazing. But you may often see me skulking around the streets of Fareham, and Julie Berry, when she does the train announcements, I feel that it sounds like she's pronouncing this place as Faro, and we're in Fareham. I can see why. But I've also noticed, bear with me a moment, I think I'm going to do some good deeds for the day while I'm here as well. I've just found a trolley, a B&M trolley, which I'm just going to take back. It always irks me when these are left lying about. But there we go. So it's time for me to do my good deed for the day and return the trolley back to B&M. See you in a bit, guys, and I'll keep you updated as to what's going on. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined us at the back of the X3, and in true Darren's Corner style, we have come tangled with some delays, in the sense of we had an X5 that's come in from Southampton, and the driver was running so late that the X5 passengers had all been, well, the X5 passengers that wanted anything other than the hard have all been offloaded onto this bus. But that doesn't distract from what we're going to be doing, the nature of this video, and that would be to do the Battle of the 3. So I've done the 3 earlier, and I enjoyed that. It's rather nostalgic. Interestingly enough, the 3 that runs between Southsea and Fareham, we still are in Fareham, but the 3, this route that ran between here and the Hard and Southbury Pier, used to run as a 5, and that 5 then used to run to Clarence Pier. Oh, I remember that. I used to go on it many years ago when it was the 5, and I enjoyed doing that end to end. It's a whole load of fun. It's amazing how you can become nostalgic over a bus route, particularly now when it's been rerouted. I often think about that, particularly when I'm thinking of bus routes that are past. The 69 used to come here, but it doesn't now. It reroutes via the Fareham Hall. But we're just, as I mentioned, we're at the back of the X3, and this bus was fairly recently launched. I was on it once before we got on a commercial road and we came up here, but now we're going the other way. But join me back in a bit and I will see you as I make an update on this journey. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined me at the back of the X3 and we've now just joined on the M275, and I'll tell you what, this is one of the very few buses I know of that I've been on as well that go along the motorway. And I'll tell you what, this is a nice stretch of route. This is a nice stretch of motorway to go along. I mean, look at the view from here, for example. Just gotta love the hills. I mean, I certainly do. And this route, so we're now on, just can go just straight across and go to Portsmouth, or we can branch off and go towards Havant or Chichester, or Portsmouth if you're going via Hilsey. But look at the view from where I am. This is why I love doing stuff around Portsmouth. I love that view. Another thing I wanted to look at as well is, I've been on this bus before because I got on a commercial road and went to Fareham that way, but I would like to know what it does after the Hard, because the X4 and the X5 terminate at the Hard, and then they'll continue on. But I had this sort of theory in my mind, because the X3s continue until about 10:30 in the evening, whereas the X4 and the X5s finish a bit earlier, and the ones following that then terminate at Fareham. So I'm guessing then for those who leave until later in the evening, you could then connect into the X3 once the other bus then terminates at Fareham, and then you can still get a connection into Portsmouth. But of course you can always then get the regular 3 as well. Speaking of which, when I get into Southsea, I'll then deliver my verdict as to which one I like the most out of those 2. And I'll be able to then tell you which is my favourite out of the 3 and the X3. See you in a bit, guys, as I'll give you an update as to what happens to this bus after the Hard. Welcome back, guys, and you've just joined me back in Southsea. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to cross over. I'm going to cross over here, I think, and then I'm going to just walk over to the beach, I think, because we want to do something a little extra here before we go off back home. And that's exactly what I plan to do. I mean, look at this place. It's just amazing what you find here in this area of Southsea. And the 23s come here as well. But when I cross over, that's when I'll give you my verdict as to which bus I prefer. One thing I have learned when I come to think about it is that the X3 after Gunwharf, after the Hard that is, goes in exactly the same route as the regular 3 does. So I guess we'll then kind of discount that and cap it to the Hard. And speaking of which, actually, when I go to cover the X4 and the X5, because that'll be coming soon, I'm going to start those at Fareham rather than from Portsmouth, because the X4 and the X5 go in exactly the same direction as each other, leading up to Fareham. Now, speaking of which, this is the part that you came for. What is my most favourite route out of the X3 and the regular 3? But I'm going to go for the regular 3 because it's more nostalgic and it gives you more of a scenic route as well. And other than that, it doesn't really make up much of a difference with the X3, only it serves as a purpose if you end up having to change a Fareham and then some. Welcome back, guys. You've just joined me outside the old pier hut in Southsea, and I decided to treat myself to something, so I do apologise for my abrupt break off at the end of the last clip. I thought I was going to end up finishing there, but I then decided, you know what, I need something to eat, and I thought I might as well promote a company while I'm at it. I mean, look at this. This is quite something. This is my chicken burger. Let's pop it down before I lose the tray. A nicely toasted bun. This is what I'm looking for in a burger. It's a brioche bun. Very tasty. Can't beat a brioche bun. Pop chicken to the side. Got lettuce and mayo as well. That's a very very tasty salad. But this burger cost me £6. Chips for £3. That's £3. I won't complain. It's good food. It's wholesome food as well. Let's try this chicken burger. And let's give this a try. This is... Oh, the batter's coming off. There's a cross section of the burger. Now that's what you call a chicken burger. Now, I was going to eat something at the fish and chip shop over there, but then I found out that they cook their fish, they cook their chips in the same oil as they do their fish. As you know by now, I'm allergic to fish. I'm particularly bad when it comes to salmon. And there we go. Just going to eat this bit, and then I'm going to try the chips. Let's have some chips. Have some chips. I am going to get into the habit of cooking these from scratch though. Cook them from potatoes, so I'll chop them up and just do bits. But actually, if I shred them up enough and bind them with some egg, I can make a good hash brown. Something I could definitely give it a try. Let's join me back in a bit because I'm going to hop on So I'm going to hop on the 23 back home and I'll wrap everything up then. See you in a bit, guys. Welcome back, and finally join me at the back of the